All right, let's jump right in. For the last 20 years, one website has pretty much owned the entire world of online encyclopedias. But what if that's all about to change? Today, we are looking at a huge shakeup that could flip how we get our information online on its head.
I mean, seriously, it's a question that, until just recently, would have sounded kind of crazy, right? Wikipedia is our go-to. It's the default for, well, for everything. But it looks like a new, very heavy-hitting challenger is stepping into the ring.
And there it is. Elon Musk and his AI company xAI have officially dropped the news. They're building something called Grokipedia, and it's being set up as a direct rival to Wikipedia. And you can bet they're planning on doing things very, very differently.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. To really understand what Grokipedia is trying to be, you first have to understand the problem it claims it's here to solve. And for that, we need to look at Elon Musk's very specific and very loud criticisms of Wikipedia.
This really gets to the core of his argument. In Musk's view, Wikipedia isn't this neutral library of facts anymore. He's basically saying it has a fundamental flaw, a deep-rooted bias that taints just about everything on the site.
So, what does he mean by biased? Well, according to Musk, it's not just one thing. He claims there's been a so-called woke takeover, leading to a situation where left-leaning editors are the majority. And because of that, he argues, different viewpoints get shut down. Certain topics and people are presented in a schemed way, and the whole system prefers mainstream sources over independent ones.
And that, right there, is his conclusion. After laying all that out, Musk basically declared that the only real solution was to just start over, to build a true rival from the ground up. So, if that's the problem he's identified, what's the solution he's proposing? You guessed it, Grokipedia. Let's take a look at how this new platform plans to be different.
Now, the central idea here is a complete break from the Wikipedia model. Instead of relying on a massive community of human volunteers, Grokipedia is going to be powered by AI, and its whole mission, its entire reason for being, is to give you unbiased, real-time info by, and this is the key part, cutting human editors and all their potential biases out of the picture as much as humanly, or I guess, inhumanly possible.
This chart just lays out the massive difference in thinking so clearly. You see, Wikipedia is all about crowdsourced consensus, what a community of people agree is true. Grokipedia, on the other hand, is aiming for what Musk calls a physics-based approach. The goal is to have the AI sift through mountains of data to find objective, provable facts, or fundamental truths, instead of relying on human agreement. It's a fundamental shift from social consensus to raw computational objectivity.
I mean, that sounds incredibly ambitious, to say the least. So how is xAI actually planning to make this a reality? Let's pop the hood and see what kind of engine is supposed to be powering this whole thing.
You know, the journey to this Grokipedia announcement has been an absolute whirlwind, and it's all happened just this year. xAI has been moving at light speed. They dropped Grok 3 back in February, launched Grok 4 for businesses in July, and then in August announced Grok Imagine for making videos. This timeline just shows a company that is full steam ahead, with the Grokipedia reveal being the latest major milestone.
And all of that rapid-fire development? Well, it's being fueled by some serious cash. $200 million. That funding round from July is what's giving them the firepower to not only build the AI, but to even attempt something as massive as taking on Wikipedia. It's a pretty clear signal they mean business.
Okay, so what's this thing actually gonna do? Well, the list of promised features is pretty wild. We're talking about real-time updates, way faster than a human could ever edit. Super advanced AI reasoning. But here's where it gets interesting. They're planning to integrate video generation to help visualize topics, and they're building in multilingual support from day one for languages like Hindi and Tamil. That tells you they have global ambitions right out of the gate.
So that brings us to the final and maybe most important question. When do we get to see it in action? Let's break down the launch plan and figure out what we should expect to see and when.
Well, according to the official announcement, we're not going to have to wait very long at all. An early beta version is supposedly set to be released within just a few weeks. The very first people who get to try it out will be X-Premium subscribers. After that, they'll start testing in the US and then get ready for a wider global release.
And yeah, that global expansion is a huge piece of the puzzle here. They're already talking about pushing into massive markets like India by late 2025, which really just hammers home the sheer scale of what they're trying to build.
So, to wrap it all up, Musk's vision here is, well, it's huge.
He doesn't see himself as just building another website. In his mind, he's actually building the future of how we all create, find, and share knowledge with each other.
And that leaves us with this massive, fascinating question. It feels like we're standing at a fork in the road. In one direction, you have knowledge built by the consensus of a global human community, and in the other, you have knowledge defined as objective truth calculated by an AI. So, what do you think? Is our future going to be curated by people or by code? That's the big question, and we're all about to watch the answer unfold. Thanks for tuning in.